Hello, Mr. Chew is here with Bear Algebra. Let's talk about multiplying binomials. This is my method 5 of using an area model. So, make sure you like this video if it's helpful. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can see more of my math videos. So the first thing you may say is, well, I don't know what an area model is, Mr. Chew. You're going to have to explain that to me. Okay. If I want to take two numbers, let's say, for example, 12 times 15, you could stack them up like this and use what's called the traditional algorithm. 5 times 2 is 10. Carry the 1. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 1 is 6. Hold my value with the 0 here. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1, and add down to get 180. But since algebra uses variables, sometimes we have to expand the 12. And this is also a way you can use mental math to do a lot of this in your head. And we can expand the 15. I know some people say, well, that'd be 10 plus 5. Yeah, but isn't 12 plus 3 really 15? Uh-huh. And when you multiply two parentheses that are just side by side, that's the way you actually would write it. So I can take and draw a rectangle and then take the first binomial and put my plus sign right there above the line. And then my second one, my plus there right beside the line. And then I can take and multiply. So I can do the 10 times the 12 in this first one. And then I can do the 2 times the 12 here. And then I can do the 10 times the 3 here. And then I can do the 2 times the 3 here. And now I can multiply all these up. So 10 times 12 is 120. 2 times 12 is 24. 10 times 3 is 30. 2 times 3 is 6. And then if I take all of these individual little rectangle products and add them up, what do you think I'm going to get? I better get 180. Let's see if I do. 0 plus 4 plus 0 plus 6 is 10. Carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 2 is 5. Plus 3 is 8. 180. And I did. Okay. So, you might be saying, well, why did you do this, Mr. Chew? Because in our examples now, these are not going to be both numbers. 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of them will be variables. So, let's just get rid of all of this example explaining what an area model is, and let's do example 1. All right, in example 1 here in red, over here to the left, I've got x plus 2 times x plus 3. Now, do you remember the other 4 methods that I've already got videos on multiplying binomials? You can use method 1, the distributive property. Method 2, stacking them up vertically. Method 3, FOIL. And method 4, Mr. Chew's original bow tie method. And now this is going to be method 5. All right. So, let's see if we can do this with an area model now. Remember what you do. You draw a rectangle. And we're going to put plus signs here. And you put the first one on the top, x plus 2. You put the second one vertically here. And this x represents this box. And we're going to multiply it by this x. This x times this 3. This 2 times this x, this 2 times this 3, and then combine like terms. So here I've got x times x. We're doing it just like I did on my example with the numbers. And then I'm going to do 2 times my x. See how I took where these two intersect, x times x. Where these two intersect, 2 times x. Now where these two intersect, x times 3. And then where this one and this one intersect, 2 times 3. And now I'm going to find the product in each smaller rectangle. X times x is x squared. 2 times x is 2x. X times 3 is 3x. And then 2 times 3 is 6. Now I have to look and see, do I have any like terms? Right here is like term. So my answer is x squared plus 2x plus 3x is 5x plus 6. I could have used any of the methods of gotten this same answer. Okay? All right, what do you think? Easy or hard? Now let's do example 2. And example 2 is 3y plus 1 times 2y plus 4. Remember what you do? You draw a rectangle. So, I take my 3y plus my 1 and my 2y plus my 4. So I'm going to take this number times this number, put it in this rectangle. This number times this number, put it in this rectangle. This number, or variable, it's a monomial, this term times this term, that'd be a better way to put it in this rectangle. This term times this term, put it in this rectangle. So this top one is 3y times 2y. And then we've got 1 times 2y. And then we've got 3y times 4. And we've got 1 times 4. All right, so now what do? I find the product of each small rectangle and then put them together and then like terms. So I've got 3y times 2y, which is 6y squared. Now I do 1 times 2y, which is 2y. And then 3y times 4, which is 12y. And then 1 times 4, which is 4. Are there any like terms? Yes, right here. 2y plus 12y is 14y. So my answer is 6y squared plus 14y plus 4. All right? What do you think? Like this video if it's helpful. Forward it to friends so they can see them. This is just an alternative way to multiply binomials. All right, so now we're going to have 2 challenge problems. So, I'll write them down here. Try these right now. After I write it down, and you pause it. And then, once you start it again, the end of the video will be a link to another video. So challenge 1, and then use an area model. 3a plus 5 times 2a minus 3. Oh no, what do you do with minus? Change it to plus and negative. So change this to 2a plus negative 3. It just makes it so much easier since we're using plus signs everywhere in our area model. All right? So, challenge 2. Is 2m minus 9 quantity squared. Now you remember what you need to do here? Change this to 2m plus negative 9 squared, and then write it as an area model. So pause this, work these two challenge problems now. Then when you start it back up here will be a link to these problems solved. And I'll be wearing this same tie that I wore to church today. So remember, I'm Mr. Chew. This is Bear Algebra. I just taught you method 5 of multiplying binomials. This one's called the area model. I'm Mr. Chew, and I want to help you learn the algebra. So I'll see you next time in the next video.